Can you solve all these Class 10 Science Chapter 15 Our Environment questions? When is Earth Day? Well done. April 22 is right. Pick the odd one out. Bravo. Vegetable peels is the answer. Find out the odd one. Excellent. Bacteria is well reasoned. Smog is derived from. Well picked. Both A and B is correct. Food chain consists of. Great job. All of these is accurate. Sulfur dioxide effects. Valid point. Alveoli of lungs is true. The formula of ozone is. Well reasoned. B is correct. What creates pollution? Smart move. Human activities is accurate answer. Select man-made ecosystem. Sharp thinking. Both of these is right. Chemical formula of ozone. Correct response. B is accurate. An artificial ecosystem is? Right again. Crop field is valid. Environmental Day is on dash. Exactly. June 5. Edaphic factors include dash. Solid response. Abiotic components is valid. Food chain is always a trait. Correct. True is spot on. Dash is not an abiotic factor. Nicely done. Animals is solid. What is the cause of acid rain? Excellent choice. Combustion is right. Which is human-made environment? You chose road, correct? Dash is a terrestrial ecosystem. Perfect. A natural forest is the one. Effects of soil contamination are. Right choice. Both B and C is best. Which is not a natural ecosystem? Nice selection. Aquarium is correct. In ecosystem, the flow of energy is. On track. Unidirectional is correct. Which is a threat to an environment? Strong choice. Growing population is right. The ecosystem of Earth is known as. Great thinking. Biosphere is right. Dash is a biodegradable substance. Good thinking. Paper is right. What do we need to survive and grow? You got it? All of these fits. Components that forms ecosystem are. Clear logic. Both is sound. The term environment means the dash. Smart pick. Surroundings is correct. How can air pollution be controlled? Good job. Planting more trees works well. The last organism in a food chain is. You're right. Decomposer, sirs, is correct. What destroys an ecosystem the most? Nice work. Humans fits perfectly. The thirds include reduce, reuse, and dash. Solid response. Recycle is valid. Dash is not a biodegradable pollutant. Well reasoned. DDT is correct. Each step of a food chain is called as. Nice selection. Trophic level is correct. A detritus food chain begins with dash. Excellent choice. Decomposer says is right. What does every food chain start with? Nice work. Sun fits perfectly. What is an example of a biotic factor? Right choice. Weather is best. World Environment Day is celebrated on. You're right. 5th June is correct. Another name for global warming is dash. Exactly. Climate change makes sense. Cutting of trees in a forest is called. Well done. Deforestation is right. Everything around us are surroundings. Correct. Environment is spot on. Flow of energy in a food chain is always. Correct response. Unidirectional is accurate. Flow of energy in an ecosystem is always. On track. Unidirectional is correct. The main constituents of atmosphere are. Strong choice. N2 and O2 is right. Ozone shields the surface of Earth from. Well picked. OVRAYS is correct. The Earth's temperature rises due to dash. Bravo! Greenhouse effect is the answer. What does a food chain always start with? Smart pick. The producer is correct. In natural ecosystem, decomposers include. Smart move. Only bacteria and fungi is accurate answer. Green plants and algae are the examples of. Nicely done. Producers is solid. Food chains are interconnecting food webs. Clear logic. False is sound. The non-living part of a habitat is called. Valid point. A biotic factor is true. Living component of an ecosystem is called. Great job. Biotic factor is accurate. What is the definition of abiotic factors? Right again. Dead things or organisms is valid. What is causing damage to the ozone layer? Great thinking. Cephsis is right. Environment is damaged by use of paper bag. Excellent. False is well reasoned. Which trophic level comprises of producers? You got it? First trophic level fits. The zone where life exists is known as dash. Perfect. Biosphere is the one. A dash is considered a terrestrial ecosystem. Good thinking. Forest is right. What is an abiotic component of environment? You chose water? Correct! Which of the following are non-biodegradable? Sharp thinking. Both A and B is right. When is the World Environment Day celebrated? Good job. 5 June works well. Which is not a component of human environment? You chose land, correct? The functional unit of environment is known as. Well picked. Ecosystem is correct. The major part of our rubbish is taken to dash. Strong choice. Landfills is right. What the source of energy for all food chains? Nice selection. Sun is correct. What happens when the environment is polluted? Clear logic. All of these is sound. Which of the following is biodegradable waste? Excellent. Cow dung is well reasoned. Carbon is used by plants during which process? Well reasoned. Photosynthesis is correct. The dash falling from the sky can be dangerous. On track. Acid rain is correct. Dash is waste obtained from plants and animals. Valid point. Biodegradable waste is true. Dash is the functional unit of environment. You got it. None of the above fits. Main factor for the depletion of ozone layer Oz. Smart move. CFC's is accurate answer. Dash is using materials wisely to protect them. Correct response. Conservation is accurate. Which of the following constitute a food chain? Good job, goat. Human and grass works well. What is the solid crust of the earth is called? Right choice. Lithosphere is best. Which of the following is an abiotic component? Bravo. Soil is the answer. Ozone is a molecule formed by dash oxygen atoms. Sharp thinking. 3 is right. The first conference on ozone layer was held in. Exactly. 1987 makes sense. Which gas is not responsible for global warming? Excellent choice. N2 is right. A network of interconnected food chain is called. Well done. Food web is right. The transfer of energy in a food chain is always. Perfect. Unidirectional is the one. Energy-efficient vehicles and appliances use dash. Correct. Less energy is spot. In food chain, small carnivores fall at dash level. You're right. An offer is correct. Which of the following are parts of the atmosphere? Smart pick. All of the above is correct. Catching large numbers of fish at a very fast rate. Great thinking. Overfishing is right. Natural environment can be divided into dash types. Right again. 3 is valid. Which of these does not belong to biotic component? Nice work. Soil fits perfectly. Which of the following is an example of an organism? Solid response. A sunflower is valid. Organisms which is present in the first tropic level. Great job. Producers is accurate. The region of the world of living thing is termed as. Good thinking. Biosphere is right. Land, water, air, etc. comprise the dash environment. Nicely done. Natural is solid. Zoo, aquarium, garden are all types of dash ecosystem. Perfect. Man-made is the one. The major components of physical environment are dash. Great job. Atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere is accurate. The physical environment comprises of dash components. Excellent. Biotic is well reasoned. Which of the following does not cause water pollution? Bravo. Smoke is the answer. Which one of the following is not a natural ecosystem? Nice selection. Cropland is correct. Sources of energy that took millions of years to form. You chose fossil fuels. Correct. The constituents which do not form ecosystem are dash. Strong choice. Plastic bag is right. all energy on Earth ultimately comes from what source? You're right. Sun is correct. What is the life-supporting system among the following? Nicely done. Environment is solid. Narrow zone where land, water, and air interact is called? Right choice. Biosphere is best. Among the following, which is a biodegradable waste? Only? Good thinking. Vegetable peels, paper, leaves is right. Is Earth Day the only day you have to protect the Earth? Oh. Right again. No is valid. In a food chain, the second trophic level is occupied by? On track. Herbivores is correct. When we create something new out of old materials, we dash. Sharp thinking. Recycle is right. What is the organic material of biological origin called? Well picked. Biomass is correct. Which of the following helps us in the garbage management? Valid point. All of the above is true. The fertility level of any soil is generally determined by? Great thinking. All of these is right. Very small fragments of plastic that harm the environment? Smart move. Microplastics is accurate answer. A form of fossil fuel which we use during BBQs by the sea. Smart pick. Coal is correct. When these energy sources are used, they are lost forever. You got it. Non-renewable fits. How many types of trophic level are present in a food chain? Solid response. 4 is. Which gas is mainly responsible for the greenhouse effect? Clear logic. Kutu is sound. This type of energy source can be used over and over again. Good job. Renewable works well. Which of the following is not a renewable source of energy? Excellent choice. Nuclear energy is right. Identify the non-biodegradable substance from the following. Well done. Tin cans is right. Which of the following is a not example of abiotic factors? Nice work. Plants fits perfectly. What percentage of energy is passed on to next trophic level? Correct response. 10% is accurate. What is one of the greatest threats to biodiversity on Earth? Correct. Habitat destruction is spot on. How much amount of energy is transferred to each trophic level? Well reasoned. 10% is correct. This forms when rainwater passes through pollution in the air. Exactly. Acid rain makes sense. Dash protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Exactly. Ozone makes sense. What form is eating and to be eaten process in one ecosystem? Great job. A chain is accurate. Which of the following helps in material cycling in an ecosystem? Correct response. Bacteria and fungi is accurate. Food web does not provide alternative pathway of food availability. Clear logic. False is sound. Why is an invasive species likely to survive in a new environment? You're right. A lack of predators is correct. There is dash of energy as we go from one trophic level to the next. Well reasoned. A loss is correct. Improvements in our lifestyle have resulted in greater amounts of. Nicely done. Waste material generation is solid. Which level of the food chain is most affected by biomagnifications? Good thinking. Tertiary consumers is right. Use of chemicals like CFCs are a danger to dash layer of the earth. Valid point. Ozone is true. Gases that stop heat from escaping into space are called dash gases. You chose greenhouse. Correct. The very quick increase in the number of individuals in a population. Strong choice. Overpopulation is right. Non-biodegradable wastes can be managed by practicing techniques like. Nice work. Reduce, reuse, recycle fits perfectly. Which of the following is not a functional component of an ecosystem? Excellent. Energy flow is well reasoned. To reduce pollution in the environment, people should dash materials. Well done. Recycle is right. Being able to use resources from the environment without causing harm. Well picked. Sustainable is correct. Which of the following is not a part of biotic components of ecosystem? Sharp thinking. Water is right. Energy increases as you move up the food pyramid. Perfect. False is the one. You can dash the plastic bags again and again until they get holes in them. Nice selection. Reuse is correct. In a biosphere, which of the following is the ultimate source of energy? Correct. Sunlight is spot on. The direction of the flow of energy in a food web is represented by dash. Smart move. Arrows is accurate answer. Which of the two in the following sets belong to the same trophic level? Excellent choice. Frog, lizard is right. Increasing levels of carbon dioxide in the air is believed to cause dash. Right choice. Global warming is best. A process in which mixed garbage is burned at very high temperatures is. Smart pick. Incineration is correct. Ozone layer protects us from harmful ultraviolet radiations of the sun. You got it. False fits. Non-biodegradable waste materials can be treated by composting technique. Right again. False is valid. Any object that can be used to give us energy is called a dash of energy. On track. Source is correct. Which of the following illustrates the correct ordering of trophic levels? Good job. Autotrophs, herbivores, carnivores, decomposers works well. The place in which a plant, animal, bird, or fish normally lives is its dash. Great thinking. Habitat is right. Which of these organisms are the most important decomposers in an ecosystem? Solid response. Fungi and bacteria is valid. The accumulation of non-biodegradable substances in a food chain is known as. Bravo. Biomagnification is the answer. Which one of the following pairs belong to the category of primary consumers? Smart pick. Grasshoppers and cattle is correct.
What percentage of sunlight is absorbed by green plants during photosynthesis?
On track. 1% is correct. Which of the following salts is the main cause of permanent hardness of water? Great thinking. Magnesium sulfate is right.
Temperature, light water, soil, and air are all parts of the environment.
You chose abiotic factors. Correct. Which one of the following chemicals is not related to biological magnification? Excellent. Organophosphates is well reasoned. Which of the following is the best way for disposal of vegetable and fruit peels?
Correct. Composting is spot on. The living and non-living things that live and need each other in a particular area.
Solid response. Ecosystem is valid. Any substance or energy which is released in the environment and harms it causes. Well picked. Pollution is correct. Are found as an alternative for plastics, which are decomposed by microbial action. Well reasoned. Biodegradable plastics is correct. Waste from our homes and factories are dumped into rivers, lakes, and seas, causing Smart move. Water pollution is accurate answer. Study of how living things interact with each other and with their non-living environments. You got it. Ecology fits. Every food chain in the ecosystem begins with which are the original source of food. Clear logic. Producers is sound. In what category of waste do paint, household cleaners, medical waste, and solvents belong? Good thinking. Hazardous is right. Biological magnification is accumulation of non-biodegradable products at each trophic level. Right choice. True is best. Organisms which synthesize carbohydrates from inorganic compounds using radiant energy are called. Perfect. Producers is the one. The process in which waste is carefully sorted and disposed of in the right way is known as Good job. Waste management works well. The rate at which producers in an ecosystem capture and store chemical energy as biomass is called. Nice selection. Gross primary productivity is correct. A decrease in the grass population will most immediately decrease the available energy for the. Nice work. Mouse fits perfectly. Human-made materials like will not be broken down by the action of bacteria or other saprophytes. Right again. Plastics is valid. What phenomenon is responsible for the accumulation of non-biodegradable material in the food chain? Valid point. Biomagnification is true. What is the study of the interactions among organisms and between organisms and their environments called? Exactly. Ecology makes sense. Would this phenomenon have occurred if the chemical that had entered the food chain was biodegradable? Excellent choice. No is right. Which microorganism is likely to be present in high concentration with a water body is polluted with sewage? Correct response. E. coli is accurate. Green plants utilize how much % of sun's energy to prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis? Well done. 1% is right. the community of organisms that live in a particular area along with the non-living surroundings as well. Great job. Ecosystem is accurate. How much amount of energy will not be transferred to a herbivore if the amount of energy of producer is X units? Strong choice. 90% is right. All the interacting organisms in an area together with the non-living constituents of the environment form Aran Bravo. Ecosystem is the answer. In an ecosystem, the 10% of energy available for transfer from one trophic level to the next is in the form of Sharp thinking. Chemical energy is right. Biodegradable means You're right. Capable of being decomposed is correct. Choose the correct option. Nicely done. Smog is solid. The phenomenon by which toxins concentrate in the organisms at higher trophic levels within an ecosystem is known as Well reasoned. Biomagnification is correct. When is Earth Day celebrated? Smart pick. April 22nd is correct. A collection of organisms that belong to different populations but all live in the same area and interact with one another. Strong choice. Community is right. Wind is a energy resource. Clear logic. Renewable is sound. What is shown in the above image? Excellent choice. Waste segregation is right. In a given food chain, if the amount of energy at the 4th trophic level is 6 kg, what will be the energy available at the producer level? Right again. 6,000 kg is valid.
The ozone damage caused by pollution is called
Good job. Depletion works. Is caused by fumes, smoke, and other things like that. Valid point. Air pollution is true. The largest group of organisms found in a food web would be. Well picked. Producers is correct. The process of accumulation of harmful chemical substances like pesticides in the body of living organisms at each trophic level of a food chain is known as. Correct response. Biological magnification is accurate. As human beings occupy the top level in any food chain, the maximum concentration of these chemicals get accumulated in our bodies. This phenomenon is known as. Sharp thinking. Biological magnification is right.
Which organism receives the least amount of energy from the producer?
Right choice. All is best. Less rainfall in an area and higher temperatures could lead to On track. Desertification is correct. Increase in which gas is primarily responsible for increased global warming? Nice work. Carbon dioxide fits perfectly. Consider the following food chain. Algae, mayfly to minnow, trout in a polluted ecosystem, which organism is likely to have the highest level of toxic chemicals in its body? Smart move. Trout is accurate answer. Water pollution has become a major problem in the world today. It has an adverse effect on both the environment and health. What are the main sources of water pollution in India? Great thinking. Both A and C is right. Calculate the amount of energy available to snake in the given food chain. If there is 6500 of energy available to grasshopper. Grass dash tro grasshopper dash tro frog dash tro snake. Good thinking. 65J is right. An organism that gets energy from breaking down dead organisms, non-living material, or waste is a dash. Nicely done. Deposer is solid. Clearing and burning of rainforests refers to the photosynthesis. That is converting carbon dioxide into oxygen. You chose false? Correct?
In the given figure, the various trophic levels are shown in a pyramid, at which trophic level is maximum energy available.
Correct. T1 is spot. What animal is on the top of the food chain? Remember, humans are on the top of all food chains because we do not get hunted. Exactly. All makes sense.
Why do we need to manage the garbage we produce? E, to improve the health and quality of life. I, for preventing environmental pollution. I, to produce more biodegradable plastics. If, to reduce the strain on natural resources.
Well done. I and IV is right. The following graph shows the concentration of oxygen in a river, measured at stations 1-5 each 100 mm apart. At which station will the concentration of organic matter be lowest? Great job. 1 and 5 is accurate. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Perfect. Contact Nera and Changda on Facebook is the one.